initially met Monica at a workshop that I did. I was at a point in my life where I realized how much my past experience with my parents was affecting me. I really wanted to move past that.
I had written poetry my whole life, but I had never performed it. The things I was writing were very personal, very honest. I was just putting everything kind of out there, but I was also still learning how to put myself out there.
I was trying to get in touch with my body and who I am because I had a whole bunch of horrible birth defect stuff going on, and I really desperately needed to connect with my body completely because so much of my body was shut off from myself for so many years. And I had to realize that it was going to take a conscious effort to overcome that block.
I'd spent my whole life being a good corporate executive, raising 3 kids, seeing a marriage that had gone bad through to the end, and I wanted to bust out. I wanted to do something else.
So one of the reasons I even started doing the work that I'm doing is because I had my own point in my life where I was married, I had 2 kids, and was kind of doing this prescribed life, and I hit a point where I didn't know who the me was underneath all that. I didn't start out wanting to do a solo show. Like, I didn't wake up one day and say, you know, I want to do a one-person performance. It snuck up on me. When I look back on it now, I really see that it just changed everything for me. It changed my ability to say who I am, to be who I am in front of anyone, to, you know, have so much less fear about so many things in my life. What I found was that when I could have a really consistent idea of who I was, it gave me a way to be with my children in a way that I was grounded and present with them, and I could be in my work environments and I could be grounded and present there. I had this hunger for other people to have that same transformational experience, because the other thing that happened is that it wasn't just me who changed. My having the courage to do that gave other people the courage to do something in their lives, and I was like, oh, that's it. That's what I want.
I first met Monica when she did a solo show at the Fringe Festival about 3 years ago, the Song of the Sacred Whore. She combined this introspective, learning about yourself, exploring yourself, with the very theatrical, and here's how you can express it some way outwardly if you want to.
She takes something that you thought was really clear and obvious and turns it on its head and looks at it from very different perspectives, and to me that's a true artist.
She used dance, she used theater and improv, she used song and silence, and suddenly these people, me included, found ourselves digging into our own lives and making observations of the world around us that were fresh and new, at least to us.
There was a piano there, and my upbringing was very much centered around playing piano. I started when I was 4, and while it was a source of stress, it was also my protection. It was my little island within the chaos that was my family life. And there was a whole shedding of the skin in that performance piece. The transformation of the little girl into the woman that I am today.
Learning how to access your story and not be afraid of your story is so liberating, because you can drop a lot of masks and shields that you've otherwise had a huge amount of energy keeping up.
One of the things I like to do with my jokes is really pull out something raw or vulnerable about myself, like whether it be sexually or like talk about my panic and my anxiety, and I feel like I'm able to pull those elements out more easily based on skills I've learned from working with Monica. I didn't think that I had that much to offer a room full of all different kinds of people, but that's kind of when you realize that we all kind of have a lot more in common in terms of vulnerability.
One thing I do that is totally off the chart here is I'm a furniture maker and a woodworker and a wood turner. I'm good at it without being expert at it. and I've never wanted to teach. I've always felt that teaching was not something I could or would do. So I do what I would never have done before, is I will set up and demonstrate woodworking techniques to groups of older guys. I can do it in a way that I can bring my knowledge to it, and I can bring my presence in being able to be in front of a room and explain something complicated and demonstrate it without having to pretend that I'm better at it or know more about it than I actually do.
It was at the time when I started coaching with her that I really wanted to make peace with my father, and it seemed impossible. I hadn't talked to him in 15 years, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. And I remember there was a moment where I had the phone number, I had the phone in my hand, and I just couldn't do it. And I called Monica and told her I've been here for hours just wanting to dial this number, and I can't do it. And it was her coaching that actually got me over the hump to be able to dial that number.
One of the readings that really stands out for me at the salon is a woman who came to share her transition from biological male to the identity of female. And what was so amazing is she said to me, I came out at the salon before I even told my family.
So when I first met Monica, she knew me as Glenn, and I introduced myself here as Jennifer, because that's the name that I chose at that moment. And it's in many ways redefining myself. It's giving myself a new opportunity to invent who I am.
I work with people who don't think that this has an importance in their life. Average business people, and I really show them how if they can contact this part of themselves, where they can let themselves be felt by others, where they can express something that's important to them, to other people, that everything they want in their life becomes possible in a whole different way.
The Power of One starts with the premise that our stories matter, that when we express our deepest truth to others, it frees us, and it frees them too. The program is 9 months start to finish. It begins when 5 people say the words, "I'm in," and it ends with each of those people creating a solo show. The program includes access to everything you'd need to create a show: individual coaching, group support. We'll bring in professionals to consult on staging, lighting, sound, story development. It will be fully produced, performed on stage, in front of a live audience in New York City. We'll provide the space, the audience, and market the show, and it'll be professionally filmed and documented. And then we'll have time together after the show is performed to really look at what happened, what's the impact on your life, what do you want to do moving forward. It'll be a true full circle transformative experience.
The advice I would have for anybody who is thinking of entering Monica's new workshop is you should definitely do it. I don't want to say it was everything that I expected, because I could never have expected how much more I got from it.
She has a tremendous range of skills and talents for helping you figure out what assumptions are hiding you from yourself.
I'm looking for people that are able to work one-on-one, that are open to working with a group. I'm looking for people that want a significant change in their life, that they want some type of transformation. And so I would say, if you hear about this program and it just stirs something inside of you that you can't even explain, we probably should talk.